everybody, this is Jerry Dean from Missing Persons of America. Over here, you see the blue? Those are blue bonnets. And those are the first sign of spring in Texas, are the blue bonnets. And they grow kind of wild all over the state. And whenever you see them, everybody thinks, here comes spring. But I'm here to talk about a case that just came up on Wednesday about a missing 4-year-old girl from Alabama. She went missing on Wednesday and they haven't been able to find her. She went missing in her own backyard, surrounded by the woods, just like this. And they're still trying to locate her. So we're gonna go over that case next. See you in a sec. Evelyn Vadie sides. She's 4 years old and she's missing from Alabama. She was last seen outside her home in Auburn, Alabama around 2:30 Wednesday. Now she had gone out there with her dog. She had an adult person that was watching her, and somewhere along the line, she wandered off with the dog and she went into the woods, and she hasn't been seen since Wednesday. Now, if you look at the map that I'm showing you, you'll see the home, and you'll see that the home is like in the middle of the woods. There's woods is completely around that. So it would be very understandable how anyone could go out into that woods a ways and get turned around and not be able to find themselves back. Now, the adult that was watching Evelyn was someone that was well known with the family. I don't believe it was a grandparent or a relative, but I believe it was a longtime friend that had known the family for many, many years, and she was watching Evelyn. I've also heard that there might be a younger child in the family also, but I haven't got any confirmation about that. So we'll just concentrate on Evelyn as being the only child in this situation right now. Now, the house is located in the 5,000 block of Lee County Road 66. And you'll see a picture that I have, and that shows the county road, and you can see the trees on either side. It looks very thick in that area. Now, there was a report she was seen near the bridge on Lee County Road 65. Evidently, there was a bridge there that they had recently done some work on, or was doing some ongoing work on.
We do understand so many volunteers are here, as well as Lee County District Attorney Brandon Hughes. He is on site searching as well. We heard earlier this morning when we did a live with Sheriff Jay Jones that at this point in time they do not suspect foul play. And Sheriff Jones getting a little bit emotional. This child is known to the Lee County family and the Lee County Sheriff's Office. And Sheriff Jones made it very clear that this search would not end until they found Vadie and brought her home safely to her family.
So they have been searching around that creek area and nothing has been found. And primarily the dog hasn't been found. You would think that the dog would probably start barking or making some kind of a noise if he heard people walking in the woods coming towards them. But there hasn't been anything. And a dog's bark can carry for quite a while, but you can't, no one has heard that dog barking, which is a big concern, and the dog has not come home. So if it hasn't come home, we can only hope that it's still with Evelyn and watching over Evelyn as she is lost somewhere in the woods.
We're constantly changing our approach just based on what our abilities are. Daylight, of course, is our friend. We're not going to have that much longer, but we're certainly going to use it to the fullest extent.
This morning you had said foul play is not suspected. That is still the initial response to this. Foul play is not suspected.
We do not suspect foul play at this point in time.
So the caretaker has said that they were in the backyard of the residence and northwest of Lochapoka, Alabama. And they were just walking around the backyard of the residence, and then I don't know what the caretaker was doing. I don't know if she went in the house, came back. Well, in the house, came back. I don't know if she turned around and was looking in the other direction, but something happened while they were out there. And in fact, I really don't even know if she was outside. She could have been inside, and she went out, and maybe she was in the bathroom, and then Evelyn went outside, and then she realized that and went out there going, where is she? And she lost track of her. We haven't got all that information yet between the fact of where this adult was before Evelyn went missing has not been explained, and there has been no real details on that. So we can only kind of guess at this point what is going on. Now, late last night, there was a post that said that a footprint of Evelyn's and a footprint of this dog had been found, and they was in an area that they had not searched before, and everybody prayed they were getting close. Well, I wake up this morning and do some more research and find out that evidently that post that was supposedly came from an aunt was not true. There was no footprint found of anybody. So I am just like blown away to think that somebody would take in all that time to create this hoax of this post, to pretend to be somebody that they're not, to create this and put it up and have it filtrate all through social media when it wasn't even true. I don't know what the purpose of something like that is. I mean, you're wasting people's time. You're wasting your own time making it up. It's bizarre. So at this point, from what I've been told, that this never was true. It doesn't even look like it came from a relative in the first place. It just blows my mind that people just don't have enough to do if they're going to turn around. And what's the payoff for something like that? I don't understand. I really don't understand that at all. Anyway, let me get back to telling you more about Evelyn. So the media report said hundreds of law enforcement have been in the area, and they've been searching for her. And then on Thursday, they brought in a drone to search for her.
Well, we have continued our searches. We've been very intensive in covering the area that she was last seen. We feel like we've covered that adequately, and what we are doing now, our shift and focus now, is to expand our parameters in regard to the areas that we're looking at.
Now, this morning I heard that they were allowing the public to go in and search. So if you are in that area and you want to volunteer and search, you can go to Lee County Sheriff's Department and let them know that you want to be part of this. And I don't know how long this is going to go on or how long they're going to let the public in there. But if you're in the area, I would consider going there and seeing if you can help at all. Now, I have quite a few pictures of Evelyn on Missing Persons of America website you can take a look at. I'll show some on this video also. You'll see one where she's standing in front of looks like a farmer's market, and there is a sign that says Bulger Creek Farm. So I'm believing that the family probably worked at this farm. It's with Goat Farm, and they make cheese. And then they turned around and they were selling the cheese at local farmers markets and also at local stores in the area. I also have a picture of the dog. He looks like maybe a coon dog or a mixed breed of a coon dog. He's got reddish brown hair, and he looks like a larger dog, medium to large dog. So I'm glad to see that, so he could be there to help watch over Evelyn, because I'm sure there's a lot of wild animals out in that area. Let me tell you about Evelyn. She is 4 years old, 3 feet tall, and she weighs 40 pounds. She has red hair and green eyes and a red mark on her nose, and she was wearing a short sleeve floral dress. And I was just thinking about her out there in the woods with her arms exposed and those branches and twigs and bugs, you know, brushing up there and scratching herself up as she's going through the woods. And I'm also thinking about if she's got a skirt on, she's liable to hit twigs, maybe even catch the material on of her skirt on branches, and maybe even tear part of it off, and it would be on the branch. So I find it really surprising that there hasn't been any kind of clue where she's at out there in the woods. You would think that sometimes little kids, usually, especially if they're around 2 or 3 years old, they'll lose their shoes, or they'll lose one shoe out in the woods as they're walking, and they won't pick it back up or put it back on. They just leave it where they're at. So Evelyn may be too old for that, but they haven't found the shoes or any footprints. Now we know they haven't found any footprints. They haven't found any material. They haven't, if she's got just the dress on, and if she caught it on a twig or tree as she's walking, they haven't found anything like that. I don't think they found any dog hair. You know, if the dog is walking through, some of the hair might come off on the twigs. I don't think they found anything like that. But the biggest thing is they haven't heard any barking. And I would think by now, or they would have heard something. I mean, if they went out, if they started at the house and they were just going on every direction all the way around, you think they would closer to where this dog was and they would hear something, but they haven't. So I'm hoping and hoping that she is found today, and the Lee County Sheriff's Department, if you know anything, or if you've heard anything, call the Lee County Sheriff's Office at 334-737-7131. And if you live in that area and you're able to go out around your property and look and you see something, my gosh, call 911 so they can get over there immediately and find out what that is, and maybe it'll be a clue to where she's at. All right, so that is it for today. I think it covered it, and I want to get this up as soon as I can so everybody knows that she's out there missing. And that's it for today. I'll see ya.